Hello, and welcome to Gojenn Podcast, episode 21. Today is June 21st. And after last week's podcast that I really felt was my best yet, I have, nothing. This week, I've just kind of kept my head down and been knitting and crocheting on my main projects. So I don't have that much exciting. So I hope you're doing good. Pull up a chair, get you something to drink, and pull out your projects. Knitting, crochet, spinning, whatever you have. I don't suppose you'd be watching this if you're going to be doing some dyeing, because dyeing really takes a lot of, DYE of course, takes a lot of attention. I did want to show you what my skeins look like once they were balled up into a ball, and I used a toilet paper roll. That's a highly specific piece of knitting equipment, very expensive. I don't know if you'll be able to afford it. Haha. But I like to roll my yarn onto a tube because it gives it some stability, something to, just to work with. And so this is my finest, or finished, either one, whichever I choose. The purple that I made with the grape Kool-Aid, all nicely skeined up. Very, very proud of that. And then this, of course, is the green that I used the lime Kool-Aid. Very, very happy with that. Don't know what I'll do with it. A hat, maybe. I keep saying that, but I don't do anything with it. And part of that is that I find these to be so beautiful. I just like to look at them and go, I made that from fluff. In this case, it was kind of a gray fluff, and I made some really beautiful green yarn. That makes me very happy. I don't know that knitting it up will make me as happy as just having it to look at. I don't know, but I have been enjoying them this week. As I have been working on my two constant works in progress that I've had now for weeks, months, not years, but a long time. I spent the first part of this week trying to get my lace top, the Jordan. I've been trying to get this to 50% for my owl turn-in for the Harry Potter group on Ravelry. And I did. Yay! So this is about 50%. I will try to put some pictures, still photos at the end of me. I put it on to show my professors that I had 50% done. And really from here it shouldn't take a lot. What I need is a day of no interruptions, when I can sit down and just work on this, and I think I could make a lot of headway. But my time seems to be pulled in different ways. Once I got this to 50%, my next priority is the pair of socks that I'm working on. So so this is halfway done, and I have started my fourth ball of yarn for that. And I enjoy working on it, but I also enjoy working on my socks. Although this week, one day as I was getting ready to put them up, I realized I had a drop stitch, and I didn't want to have to get out my little teeny little crochet hook to try to get that stitch back up. And so I avoided crafting of any kind, just because I didn't want to have to face it. Of course I finally did. And my needles are all in my handy dandy little Knit Pick needle keeper. And this is my sock. We have gotten to the part where the heel, I'm sorry. Do you see that lime green row right there? That's where the heel will go. So what I have to do, because I like that I can go ahead and just keep knitting. I've put that in. I've picked up my stitch that I dropped, and it's not noticeable to probably anybody but me. But now I just have to knit, I think, 5 inches for the foot, and then do the toe, and get started on the next sock. Going by the dates of when things are due, this is the weekend that this sock should be finished, because it's right in the middle of the when we were able to start the pair of socks, and when I'm able to finish them. And I am behind, but not so badly. If I would just have the time uninterrupted to work on them and not take any naps, I would have been done with this and have it posted to YouTube. But after I took my shower, I said, I'm just going to lay and pet the dogs for a few minutes. And when I woke up 2 hours later, like SpongeBob says, 2 hours later. So, with these items that I just keep working on and working on and working on, there's no real progress. I think last week I think I was about right here. And so I've done about 1 inch of the sock, including my afterthought heel row. So what I'll do when I finish the sock, finish the toe and everything, I'll probably go ahead and do the other sock then too, because this will be off the needles. And then once the other sock is finished, I'll come back and put the heel in where those lime green stitches are. I'll pick them out one at a time, which will leave live stitches hanging out there, teeny little loops of live stitches. And I'll pick those up, hopefully with no problem, and that's where the heel curve will go in. So theoretically, that is what I'll do. I have used the afterthought thumb when making mittens, and I've done that several times, and it has worked out well. I don't know if I've used sock yarn on any of those. So this may be my first time with teeny little needles that I have to do that. And so it's very dull, isn't it? Gee, what are you doing? I'm either knitting a lace top, or I'm crocheting a sock. No. I'm either knitting a sock or crocheting a lace top. And I also started spinning some new fiber this week. I don't know if you remember me showing you some fleece that a Ravelry friend sent me from Scotland. The wool was from Ronaldsay sheep, which live on the beach on this little island. And there are some that are in domesticated herds, but then there are some feral sheep. Who knew? So I am spinning some Ronaldsay fiber, and I'm about halfway through with that. So I don't know if I'll have that to show you next week or not. And then I had to turn in a project for class this week at Harry Potter, and so I did 2 sock yarn blanket squares, and for the life of me, I can't remember if I showed you these last week or not. So if I did, there they are again. I think I did, but this one's a real lime green, and this one is a really pretty variegated green. And these are just going in a drawer, added up to the pile that I have. I need to do another video, like my grandson helped me do, where we laid them out and then did a kind of, not time lapse, but a little slideshow where they all got added together. I love them. I love the way they feel. I love the way they look. So uniform, so different, and then so much the same. So that's all the knitting, crochet, spinning, besides my Ronaldsay that's on the spinning wheel right now, and it's going really good. I'm pleased with my progress on that. That is all I have for the week. I did want to take just a few minutes and talk about color theory, and not as in some highfalutin this color goes with this one on the color wheel and everything. I hope you don't have a problem choosing your colors. But if you do, there are a lot of things that you can do using the internet to help you choose colors for your projects. I subscribe to a daily email I get an email once a day, and it'll have a photograph, and then it'll pick out the main colors in the photograph. And because the photograph goes together so well, it's so pleasing to the eye, these are the colors that are within the photograph. And so then you can take that, if you find that particularly pleasing, you can take that and use those colors in a project. So I'm going to do, I've got just a short little slideshow of what those emails look like. There's several different places on the internet that you can subscribe to different things like that. Just Google color palettes, and it's just very nice, because I know that you know that I really tend towards a nice blue-green. I also like a nice pink purple. But for me to journey outside my comfort zone, I need something to maybe help me out. Where I will say, instead of a blue-green, how about a red-green? And then put some colors together, and it looks like Christmas. So you have to put your colors together. If you have a yarn store that you can go to, hold the yarn in your hand, put them side by side. Is this something that would make you happy? If you don't, look at photographs. Is there a particularly beautiful to you photograph that you can look at, like these color palettes that I'm going to do a little slideshow of? Is there something that really speaks to you? If so, take the colors in that. Take the main 2 or 3. What do you need? 4, 5? It depends on what you're making. Maybe just 2 colors. Put those together and use that as your inspiration, your color inspiration. Because it's one thing to choose a pattern that you find pleasing. Then you need to find a color combination or a single color of yarn that you think you're going to like. Most people tend to either like jewel tones, which is me. I like the sapphire, ruby, amethyst colors, or earth tones, which is the rich reds, orange, brown. Those colors don't appeal to me to make something. But I know that I have friends who much prefer that, the earth tone palette. And so if I'm thinking this might be something I'm going to make for them, or maybe I want to venture outside my comfort zone instead of making everything blue-green or pink-purple, maybe this is a way for me to, if I'm not confident maybe in my color choices of an earth tone project, maybe I can do something like that. So that's just not my lecture of color theory, but I think some people don't trust your senses of your color palette, and I think we all know what we like, but then it's a matter of, do we trust that what we like is good enough? And I'm here to tell you, there is no judge. There is no grand poobah of color choice. Find something, a yarn that you really like, and stick with it. Do variations on a theme until you feel confident with your color choices. So that's my little speech for the day. Or, you know, you could always go get some Kool-Aid and just see which colors appeal to you, whether it's a grape or a lime. Okay, I'm just going to put that little slideshow here at the end, maybe with some still photos of my projects there. I know I haven't had time, this hasn't really been long enough for you to have gotten much done on your projects, but, you know, please sit there, finish your row, enjoy, try another podcast. There's so much out there on the internet for us to enjoy these days. I hope you have a wonderful week and that it is full of love and laughter. Lots of laughter. Thanks, and I'll see you next week. I subscribe to Design Seeds, which is a service that every day they just send me a photograph and the color palette that is prominent in the photograph. So if you find the picture really pleasing, then you should find the palette rather pleasing. 2 pictures and palettes come in each email, and for the most part I just look at them and think they're pretty, and then I delete the email. For the ones that I find particularly fabulous, I'll save them in a file in my email. Just because if I'm looking for some inspiration, maybe I want to make something, say on like this photo, I want to make something with a purple. What'll go good with that color of purple? So, and you know, I might not think of these color combinations, but it's inspiration for your imagination. So you can always go to Design Seeds and sign up, and then just have some fun with the color wheel. This is the Ronaldsay yarn that I'm spinning. This was the first night. Very pleased with it. It is a gray fiber that I'm using or coming up with. This is the second night spinning, and I'm really pleased with the consistency of the yarn I'm making. I'm always striving to be more consistent and to keep my yarn the same thickness. This is my 50% turn-in on my Jordan. It is 11 inches long in the body there, and you see the picture where I put it on over a t-shirt. That's how far it comes down, and I'm about halfway through the skirt of the top. And then there's a close-up of the pineapple design. This is my sock. and that's just the way it looks, and it is very slow going because I'm a very slow knitter. Yeah, I just plod along slowly. Thanks.